Creepy porn lawyer Michael Avenatti arrested? The CEO of Victoria's Secret steps down? Florida having issues counting votes? And Jim Acosta sues the White House for revoking his press pass. Coming up on Today with 2 Cents. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Today with 2 Cents, wrapping up your weekly news. Don't you remember the endless chants of, "We believe survivors! We believe survivors!" during the Brett Kavanaugh hearings? We were assured that if and when a woman accuses a man of assault, he's guilty, regardless of evidence, period. But this week we learned that that's only the case if the accused is your political enemy. One of the greatest champions of women and #MeToo, attorney for porn star Stormy Daniels and 2020 presidential hopeful Michael Avenatti has been arrested for domestic abuse.
Avenatti is now out of jail on $50,000 bond in Los Angeles. He denies the charges against him. The Los Angeles Times reports the allegations were made by a woman with visible injuries, including bruises. Clearly, police believed enough of the allegations to book him on felony domestic violence. Here is Avenatti after leaving jail.
First of all, I want to thank the hardworking men and women of the LAPD for their professionalism and their work today. They had no option in light of the allegations. Secondly, I have never struck a woman. I never will strike a woman. I have been an advocate for women's rights my entire career, and I'm going to continue to be an advocate. I am not going to be intimidated from stopping what I am doing.
Now, as I tweeted out this week, Avenatti deserves the same presumption of innocence and due process that anyone else does. Just because I don't like him, I'm not going to jump to conclusions until more evidence has been brought forward. However, Mr. Avenatti should not for a second think that anyone has forgotten his representation of Julie Swetnick for her absurd accusations against Justice Brett Kavanaugh without any evidence. Avenatti has assured us that all women should be taken seriously, even his client Swetnick. Well, I guess that's only the case for Michael Avenatti's political opponents, not himself. Need I say more?
Hypocrite, where will you run to now? Hypocrite, you will get hurt somehow. Hypocrite, I know that time will tell on you.
Those of you who have watched my channel for a while can probably surmise that I am a huge fan of Victoria's Secret. The brand has done an excellent job of selling sexy lingerie through the use of gorgeous models and the oh-so-popular Victoria's Secret fashion show. However, sales have taken a hit for Victoria's Secret recently, and this week they've been under fire for comments made by their chief marketing officer about how the company does not employ transgender or plus-sized models. As a result, CEO Jan Singer has stepped down.
Victoria's Secret Chief Marketing Officer Ed Razek made problematic statements about transgender and plus-size models. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that the brand's lingerie CEO, Jan Singer, is stepping down. Singer joined the company in September 2016. Despite her efforts, Victoria's Secret has faced commercial failure in recent years, with same-store sales dropping 5% in 2018. Amid the rise of lingerie brands that celebrate plus-size and gender-nonconforming customers, such as Third Love and Rihanna's Savage Fenty line, Victoria's Secret has faced mounting criticism for its lack of inclusivity.
For the record, it is entirely rational for Victoria's Secret not to employ transgender and plus-size models. They're attempting to sell a product, and part of selling a product is putting your best foot forward. Men and women alike admire models specifically because they look good, but they look good because they work incredibly hard to do so. Most people don't have the time to put into looking as good as professional models do, and so they inevitably foster admiration, which in turn leads to sales. However, people by and large don't find obesity, or pretending to be a gender you're not, to be behaviors that are healthy or admirable. And so a good marketer knows that these might not be the kinds of people you want to hire to market your product. Unless, of course, you're marketing it to SJWs. As for their decline in sales, I suspect this is because competitors are providing equal or better quality products for lower prices or through more convenient means. In any case, whatever Victoria's Secret needs to do to improve sales, it isn't to hire overweight and transgender models. Unlike the now wrecked Miss America pageant, I still plan on watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Another round of bullets hits my skin. Yeah, well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the pain sink in.
The elections have been over for a few weeks now, but not in Florida. Due to persistent issues including user error and accusations of voter fraud, the state will now be undergoing a statewide, hand-counted ballot recount.
Operator error caused Broward County election officials to miss the deadline to submit its recount results. Election Supervisor Brenda Snipes thought they were in on time.
The results were in progress when I came out and made a statement.
But when they were finally uploaded, they were 2 minutes late. The state board rejected the county's new vote totals.
I have taken responsibility for every act in this office.
There were also issues in neighboring Palm Beach County.
Given probably 3 or 4 more hours, we might have made the time.
Officials there missed the deadline. One reason, the machines overheated.
Our machines failed because we were using them 24/7.
With both counties having to submit their previous numbers, the vote totals for Senator Nelson and Governor Scott remained less than 0.25% different. By law, this triggers a hand recount of only the votes the machines could not read.
Well, I've already written about why elections are a farce, so maybe we should call Florida's situation a mega farce. We wouldn't have to worry about things like voting machine error and voter fraud if we actually instituted the one legitimate means of voting, and that's people voting with their wallets in a free market.
What if I were to tell you that I have something in my room that could change the entire election? Sure you do. What if I did, Cal?
What could you possibly have in your room that could change the outcome of the election?
Pretty sweet, huh?
Remember last week how Jim Acosta had his White House pass revoked after badgering the president beyond his allotted time and putting his hands on a smoking hot White House intern? Well, now he, along with the Communist News Network, are suing the Trump administration and the U.S. Secret Service, claiming that the act is a violation of his First Amendment rights.
Is a who's who involved with this lawsuit. CNN and its chief White House correspondent, Jim Acosta, filing a lawsuit in a D.C. district court today. And take a look here at who they named. President Trump, but it goes well beyond that as well. His chief of staff, John Kelly, the deputy White House chief of staff overseeing communications, Bill Shine, the press secretary, Sarah Sanders, the United States Secret Service, and its director. This, of course, stems from the White House's decision to strip Acosta from accessing White House grounds after last week's press conference in which he questioned the president, at one point refusing to give up the microphone when approached by a White House intern. CNN and Acosta say the aforementioned have infringed upon his First and Fifth Amendment rights. They have also taken issue with the process.
As of Friday, a federal judge granted a temporary restraining order to have Acosta's pass returned, although there are to be more hearings. Honestly, I don't give a darn how this turns out. Personally, I think the president was entirely in the right to kick him out for behaving like an ass. There are plenty of other reporters who hate Trump just as much who have been able to behave themselves in the White House newsroom, but not Acosta. I guess we'll see what ultimately happens.
No, I'm Meg Griffin. See, I need to interview you and...
You're with the press?
Yes?
Well, you can't interview a dead man, can you?
And it's that time of the show for the Weekly Hottie. Drum roll, please. This week's Weekly Hottie is model Tia McIntosh, doing a rather sizzling lingerie try-on.
The video that we are going to be doing today is a lingerie haul from Ooh La La Cherry, I think is how you pronounce it. and I'm really excited to show you guys. I really love this fabric because it's so stretchy, but this one feels really, really nice on, and it kind of hugs your body in a nice way. I feel like this is my style of like extreme sexiness because I love just like the caged look with like the softness of the lace. It is just stunning, and again, the big on me, but I really do love this, and it has a really cute little detail lace wrist, and I love that it's high-waisted kind of, or high-legged. And then
And that's it for this week. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and other social media. Check out my2centsvideos.com, leave a review on iTunes, and if you're able, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon. And that is my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. Before I go, just a quick reminder to everyone about Christmas merch in the My 2 Cents Teespring store. This t-shirt will only be available until December 31st, so be sure to get yours now.